move again. I just can't wait to get on that move again. I'm seeing things I never thought I'd see again. And I can't wait to get on that move again. The best that you can do, oh, the best that you can do is fall in love. Yeah. When you get caught between the moon and New York City. Oh, the best that you can do, babe. Best that you can do. Oh, the best that you can do is to fall in love. Yeah. All right. That was a hit back when I was a kid. That's a fun song because it's just, there's so many, it's a story, you know? You're stuck on a jumbo jet between the moon and New York City. You know, maybe there's some weather. You know, you can't land. You're sitting next to somebody, maybe a stranger that has been having some Rob Roy's or some rum and cokes, or maybe like, you know, just to steady the nerves. And this is back when you could smoke on the plane. You know, those little pup ashtrays. You just, maybe you're having a ciggy. And then you start to engage. Hey, I know, this is, turbulence really gets me worked up a little bit. How are you doing? Oh, I see you're reading Gore Vidal. That's he's fun. It's kind of a, I've heard good things about that one. I know, he does. He writes some sexy stuff. Yeah. You start to loosen your collar, you know. Whew. And then you guys do one of those quick little sort of longing, you know, sustained eye contacts where you're just really kind of sizing each other up. And I think it's in that moment that you kind of realize, wow, this woman is, or man or whatever, is beautiful. This person is beautiful. And the other component to this steamy situation is like, I think this guy's pretty fucking hot. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I could see that being a lot of fun. And then, you know, the plane can't land. I don't know. It's just a good song, right? Let's not get too fucking far down the rabbit hole with this bullshit. Do you want me to paint a whole... Okay, so then, you know, the she's thinking, oh, God, is it that time of the month? Is it... And the guy's like, did I wash behind my knee? And just, what's going on there? And, you know, you're thinking about, like, yourself for a minute, but you're also thinking, like, shit, do we have time for dinner? When is this fucking thing? Are we gonna die up here? Should I order a drink? She's had a couple drinks. Oh, there's no more drink service. Fuck. Can I have one of your cigarettes? Oh, yeah, you... Fuck, it's the last one. Do you want to share it? I don't mind if you don't mind. You guys share a cigarette, you know, and Coach back there in the back, the bumpy seats. You know, and you're kind of looking, God, that blouse is really cute. And there's those earrings, my God, she's got freckles. What the hell? And she's like, oh, God, she's just This brown eyes kill me. They're so warm. They're like walnuts. And then you know, you kind of let her smoke the cig. She's her lipstick's all over that baby. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then, you know, and then the cockpit, the crew, the pilot gets on the intercom. He's like, "We're going to be making a violent descent into JFK in the next 15 minutes. Everybody strap in and hold tight." And, you know, the stewardess comes on. Bing! All seats in their upright positions. Please put your belongings in blah, 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 blah. You know, does all that bullshit. And the whole time, you're kind of like, nerves are a little high. And she grabs your hand. And you can tell she's just white knuckling it. She doesn't like flying. And your big, warm, veiny hand is something nice for her to grip into. And the plane starts descending through these bumpy clouds. And there you are, holding hands with this complete stranger who just smoked your last cigarette. And the rest, my friends, you're gonna have to paint that picture yourself. Just make that up yourselves. This is a choose your own adventure kind of a on the move situation, okay? Pacing around, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This day is creeping up quick. When I take Gus to school, I just like, I either can get into it, I attack the day, or I get a little complacent and meditative. And you know it's a bad day morning if I whip out the peanut butter. If I have a spoonful of peanut butter, this day's fucked. Kind of ramping into a new chapter in my life. My landlord decided to sell this unit, this home. Now I'm calling everything a unit because I've been looking high and low for a new place to live, and I found one. It was not easy. My God, I called about 50 places. A lot of people flake out on you. But you get those one or two serious people, and you realize, oh shit, I have like the worst credit in the world, or my paycheck stubs are not reflective of a good solid year of work right now, or my bank statement has a couple overdraft protections in there, here and there. And, but you roll the dice. That's what you do. And you realize, oh yeah, you're gambling against other destitute, poor, poverty line people. And that's America. It's just a game of numbers and averages. And you put in the time, you put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and sometimes your number comes up on the old lotto, but you can't win if you don't play. And we got accepted. Oh my God. Do you hear that? They're cutting tiles and wood on those skill saws that spray water everywhere. So fucking great. It sounds like a dwarf screaming. Getting murdered. That's day and night here. I've been sandwiched between 3 construction sites. My next door neighbor, they flipped it. Somebody came in and swooped in and bought Norman's place after he passed. And we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the passing of my dear next door neighbor, Norman Morin. Yeah, somebody swooped in, bought that fucker for, I don't know, $750,000. It was falling apart on its foundation. I mean, the thing was just crumbling. And they slapped, I don't know, 100 grand into it, flipped it, sold it for like $1 million. Put all the upgrades, the smart meters, because smart meters are so smart, especially when they burn your house down, because what's great about smart meters is when they do burn your house down, it's not covered by insurance. So I don't know exactly how they get their name, but the smart meter is in full effect. They're very sought after, apparently, for people that like to be, pushed around and told what to do and bullied into some sort of fake coding. Anyway, they flipped that fucker after a good, 6-8 months of construction. Just people hammering, like they were pouring cement and they fucking hammered. Like somebody was like, there was always like like an extra, like off to the side with just a hammer beating a piece of wood, felt like. I'm like, what is that guy doing? I don't know, honey, they're doing construction. Just, that's how it is, okay? We just have to stomach it. I know, but look at him. He's just in the backyard hitting a piece of wood with a hammer. There's no nail. In fact, nobody's using nails anymore. It's all screws. He's a construction guy, honey. He's hammering. Deal with it. And then on the other side, they ripped this kind of commercial office-style building, this little 2-story, box, essentially. The crummy little parking lot behind it. Down to its studs. And they took a fucking year to put... So we're getting... We got this 60-day notice from our landlord to vacate. Took me about a month to find a place. And now I got a month to get the fuck out of here. But, try not to stress. I'm on the move. I'm actually going to be moving. So, finally, I can, there's no more false advertising with the podcast. It's like, on the move. Yeah, he's been saying on the move all fucking year. Finally, he's moving. He's moving his family from one place. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you've been somewhere like a good decade or more, and then you pop it's like you're waking up from a long nap. It's like you're a bear that's been hibernating all winter. You come out and you stretch out in the sunshine. You look around, you're like, oh. And you're set like sticker shock. It's like cold water is just being splashed in your face. You're like, fuck me. Everything is twice as much as what I was paying. And I don't know if you noticed that the dollar's worth a hell of a lot less. Gas is more, and everything, you're just like, whoa. It's like, wake up, dude. Just fucking do it. You want a 2-bedroom? You're looking at $2,500 to $3,200, okay? So you're $1,950 what you were paying, with your rent control for the last few years. Just throw that number away. That's a useless number. It's going to be on average a third more what you were paying. Just deal with it. So we found a place. Found a really sweet place. But dude, they take every piece of personal information, like paycheck stubs and bank statements, and give me your mom's maiden name and your social security number, and the age and location of your child's birth, and it's like, what? Why? Well, we're going to run your credit score against the credit score of your wife, Ours, this credit score, it's just all this fucking garbly gook. And, I was always taught to, take good care of my personal information. Don't share it with a bunch of strangers. But then when you're, like, suddenly needled into a corner and you're up against the ropes and you're like, shit, I gotta fucking figure out what I'm fucking doing here. That's when they get you. That's when they're like, sign here, sign there. And you look at these like property management companies. They have the funniest names like Paramount or Top of the Peak or All Seeing Eye or Pyramid Management. And they all sound like kind of CIA, kind of Illuminati cutouts, like... So your business model is essentially to kind of fleece me of all my personal information, have me over a barrel, and extort another $250,000 out of me in a 7-year period. Great. That sounds great. Okay, here you go. Sign. And give me the keys. So that's what I'm doing. I'm moving away from one construction site into, I don't know, maybe we'll move in and suddenly they'll tear down the fucking place right next door to it. Stranger things have happened. I'm kind of getting used to it. I like the last 4 years have been hammering and sawing and bulldozing, and get some more of that. That'd be good. On the move. What else is going on besides moving? I saw that Paul Thomas Anderson film last night. Oh, man, that was pretty good. He puts a little engine under the hood. That movie really moved. I'm not going to give anything away here, but I just wanted to generalize, say, great performances, great music, beautifully shot, gorgeous, great storytelling. That guy... I wanted to go in and sit down in the movie theater and just analyze the shots and the way in which Paul Thomas Anderson kind of puts things together. But you can't do that with his films. The first viewing, you just get lost in the story because he's not self-conscious about any of it. It's like the cuts feel so seamlessly logical, and there's such a flow and a momentum and sort of a kinetic. It really moves, that movie. And it's long, but it just has motivated characters and scenes, and it's a lot of fun. I was like, keep it going. I don't care. And all those actors are so fun to look at. Leo's pretty easy on the eyes. Sean Penn, on the other hand, not so much. He's a little gruesome to look at. He's difficult. If it's a close-up, or if you're looking at one of his biceps, it's like, ew. Put all that big, thick, veiny shit. Just stop doing curls. Like, stop doing pull-ups. Stop doing whatever you're fucking... Just go easy on this. Let the blood kind of settle and coagulate. And don't get super ripped before every take. Like, lay off the juice. It just looked like this middle-aged lizard was like, that's how he was dealing with his midlife crisis, was just by doing curls, like reps and reps of curls. Like injecting it with little adrenochrome. Oh yeah, baby. And then he has those like, I don't know, whatever, Sean Penn. He's gross. But it's good. His character needs to be gross, and he's gross, and he pulls it off, and it's funny. He doesn't mind being that now at his age. He doesn't have to be the leading man anymore, which I think is great for him. way to evolve there, buddy. Yeah, it's a fun movie, and filmmaking is fun. You know, like when I watch shit like that, I'm just like, fuck, I want to make some films. I just want to make films. Films, is that so wrong? I've been writing up a storm. You know, I'm not too private about my eagerness to pitch, and I do have something kind of developing right now that I have pitched, and not officially pitched, but you know, sort of through the first gate. And then I got this other side project. I'm just like, fuck it, dude. Now that my rent is like a third more and I'm fucking broke as hell, I gotta start to hustle my shit. I better start. These On the Move should be like self-promoting. Such a douchebag. Me. You know, I don't have any sponsors. This episode of On the Move is brought to you by Misha. Have you thought about billionaires out there that need a steady tax shelter? Consider investing in cinema, stop motion film, handmade, frame at a time. Beautifully well written, well composed, motivated, character-driven dramas by the guy that brought you the short film Fred. It comes a new, elevated, use the word elevated a few minutes. Elevator pitch, blah, 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 pitch, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like the teachers in Charlie Brown, you know, but the only words that pop out are like movies, stop motion, pitch, bye. Yeah, just pacing, just anxious, just repressed anxiety. I'm gonna put my coffee down. And I am going to close, because coffee is for closers. I'm going to close with this. If you're planning on buying the house that we currently are living in, and you need to walk through because the real estate agent has, you know, scheduled you to come through, just keep in mind that our house is normally a little bit more tidy than it is right now. And if there's cobwebs in a couple of the corners near the ceiling, just know that Misha could have gotten to that. But he was kind of busy anxiously pacing because he was worried that he wasn't going to have enough boxes or bubble wrap or tape to move his family. So go easy on him. You know, the kid's under a lot of pressure. Freelance this day and age it's not what it used to be. So, oh God, I gotta wrap this up. Nature calls. Much love. Peace.